what is the address?
600
Yeah.
Northeast 21st Court.
That's easy. Write it down and I'll get somebody.
In your car, I'll put it on our back.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's all.
600 Northeast 21st. Okay. Thank you. Here's my
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Northeast. 21st Court. Okay, great. Thank you. Good morning. Can't hear. Oh, he's not on the speaker. Uh-oh. I'm frisky.
Denny. There's a little boy in here.
Huh?
I said there's a little boy in here, like 6, 7 years old. So I don't know if that's going to change what you have to say or whatnot, but...
Testing. There we go. Hello. Good morning.
Sorry.
One more time, good morning. And just to be sure you're still there, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. We are so glad to have you with us. If you have not done so already,
Put your underwear back on.
put your underwear back on, as Richard says, and turn off your phones. More importantly.
They should have
As Robert Boo says at every founders meeting, if you could hear my voice, please. Thank you.
Right on cue.
He said voice.
If you have not done so already, please turn off your telephone. Let me check to make sure that wasn't mine. So today's joke may be a little bit of a PSA. Let's try and see. The Florida State Department of Fish and Wildlife is advising hikers, hunters, fishers, and golfers to take extra precautions and keep alert for alligators while in Broward County. They advise people to wear noise-producing bells that will alert and startle the alligators in the wild. They also advise carrying pepper spray in case of an encounter with an alligator. It's also a good idea to watch for the fresh signs of alligator activity. People should recognize the difference between small, young gators and large, adult alligators by their droppings. Young alligator droppings are smaller, contain fish bones, and possibly bird feathers, while adult alligator droppings have little bells and smell like pepper spray. You had to be listening. So, do we have any first-time visitors? Miss Patty, any virgins in the crowd?
Testing. Yes, we do. From Guantanamo, Cuba, we have Francisco.
Welcome. Starting off international. I love it.
And from Middletown, New York, we have John.
Middletown, welcome, John.
We have to have somebody from Chicago, right? That's Miguel.
Chicago in the house.
And we have our intern over here, Noah. Noah. He's from Chile. Yes.
Welcome, Noah.
And our last virgin is our cameraman, Steve.
Welcome, Steve. Good to have you with us.
He's a native Floridian from Miami.
Welcome, Steve.
Got
So
it.
thank you all for joining us. We hope this won't be your last trip with us. It is the second Tuesday of the month. Every second Tuesday of the month, we have Broward County Appraiser's office people here, and I don't see Michael.
He was here. He was just back there. He said he was here.
Quiet and shy little Michael Alveda has disappeared again. He's afraid to come to the microphone.
Bathroom break.
Bathroom break. Hello. Here he is, right on cue. Michael Alveda, tell us what you can do for this entire group.
Hello. I'm so sorry. You know, when Mother Nature calls.
Caught you in your pants down, right?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
How are you? Everything good?
Good.
It's great to see you all. On behalf of Marty and Kiar, the Broward County Property Appraiser, I'm with the Mobile Exemption Education Team, and you know what I sit in the back of the room because I give you what? Money.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
Yeah.
I just did had a gentleman come in this morning. He was fast. He says, "I got to leave." I said, "All right. Well, what do you want?" He said, "Well, here's my taxes." I looked at him. Within 15 minutes, the gentleman's getting back a refund of $50,000. That's $1,000.
Wow.
That's $1,000. Thank
Yeah.
So, as you know, I'm a certified Florida evaluator with the Property Appraiser's Office. Yeah, I'm certified. Certifiable. Yeah. But what I do is I ask you a lot of questions. The more answers that you give me back, the more I can put it together, and I can help you save money on your condo or your home. And there's a gentleman sitting in the audience. He just came here, and he's just going to a new place. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Red? Is that better?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Hello. How now, Broward County? Okay. Okay. So, anyway, that's better. The gentleman came in. I asked him a lot of questions, and we're going to put this all together. We're going to make an appointment. He's going to meet with me so we can have a sensible conversation. And I'm from the mountain looking down. He's going to get back substantial money off his taxes. There it is. So please feel free if you have any questions. Come see me in the back of the room. As you know, for those who live in Pompano, we meet every Wednesday, 11 o'clock in the morning to 12:30 at the Pompano Beach City Hall in the chambers. We meet every fourth Tuesday at Wilton Manors City Hall, and that is from 12:30 to 2 o'clock. So on behalf of Marty Kiar, the Broward County Property Appraiser's Office, and the Mobile Exemption Education Team, we're here to serve. We're here to serve you, the good people. Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure and honor to be here. Thank you. Happy Pride.
Thank you, Michael. From Wellness, we have Danny.
X-rated.
Good morning, beautiful people, and happy Tuesday. I love your life. Every Tuesday, you make my day. So, first of all, I just want to say thank you to all of you that came out last Tuesday to our mental health and resilience town hall. Thank you for your support. Thank you for coming to learn with us. It was an amazing event. We had around 100 attendees, and from the feedback that we have received so far, everybody loved it and everybody learned a lot, which is the main reason why we do those events. So, yesterday was June 9th, and if you remember last week, I talked to you about National 69 Day, right? So, what does that mean? Happy National 69 Day. And yes, it is a real thing. Remember, it's June 9th, the 6th for June, and the 9th for today. And if you don't know what 69 is, you're either lying or you need to stop skipping this wellness announcement.
Long time ago.
But I can tell you that today we can celebrate with pleasure and equality because 69 is all about mutual oral pleasure. So whether you're a top or bottom or you like to roll like a rotisserie chicken until someone takes charge, just make sure you're doing it with consent, communication, and freshly tested and ready to play. So now, why don't we bust a myth about 69? So the myth is, 69 is the perfect position for ultimate satisfaction. True or false?
True.
Oh, honey, it's false. It is not perfect. It is actually a chaotic good. In theory, it's sexy, but in practice, someone's nose might be a squish, someone's concentration might be shot, and, you know, someone might just be there trying not to fart. But here's a tip from the pros. If you're gonna attempt it, please communicate first, hydrate, and maybe stretch first. Unless you want your chiropractor the following week asking you awkward questions. But even if it's not perfect, it is intimate, it is fun, and it's a hell of a lot better when you're confident that your mouth and genitals are STI free. So make sure you get tested today with us. Remember, as always, we're testing for HIV and STIs from 11:30 to 7 p.m. So there's no excuse to be riding blind when you can ride safe and satisfied. So while we're talking about men, or those with bits that swing, this week is also Men's Health Week. So gentlemen, do not wait until your penis falls off to go to the doctor. Check your testicles, check your blood pressure, check your prostate if you're over 40. And if you're under 40 and just want a little adventure, check it too. Get those regular checkups every year. They're important because prevention is hard, ignoring symptoms is not. Now, on a more serious note, but essential note, June 15th is World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. And no, elder abuse isn't just about physical abuse. It could be financial, it could be emotional, it could be sexual, or even neglect. So we all deserve to age with dignity. So check on your elders, please. Offer support, resources, and respect. And if you're an older adult yourself, know that your desire does not expire. You deserve hot, sweaty, and soul-satisfying pleasure. And do not let anybody tell you otherwise. And if they do, send them to me. Now, speaking of satisfying, here's what's coming up this week. Besides you, hopefully. So, today at noon, we have restorative yoga. Come and stretch it out. Maybe release that tension you've been holding on since practicing yesterday's 69 days. Thursday, June 12th, we have Dance with Pride at 6 p.m. and we have Inspire Work at 6:30 p.m. One, help us express ourselves through dance. The other one, help us breathe through our daddy issues. And Saturday, June 14th, it's Stonewall Pride. And yeah, we're very excited. We're gonna be on Wilton Drive, right in front of Hunters. We're gonna be handing out condoms, love, and a lot of information. So come say hi and celebrate with us, because we gotta celebrate Pride with Pride. Then next Monday, June 16th at 7 p.m., we have Grief and Loss Support Group, because healing isn't always about lube and laughter, right? It's about creating a space where healing begins by being heard. And also, just a heads up, we had Iris Yoga this coming Sunday, but it's been rescheduled. Larry is out of town, being fabulous somewhere else. So, but we have rescheduled it for Sunday, June 22nd at 1 p.m. Please mark your calendars and maybe take that Sunday to get some extra rest on your own, or make your own version of iRest, with or without company. And as always, Have fun with sex, make it your own, but please do it as safely as possible so you can do it for longer. Happy Tuesday.
Thank you, Danny. We have our women's pride coordinator, Diane.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Diane Papafocus, and I am the. Where's the camera, first of all? I am the coordinator of the Women with Pride program here at the Pride Center, and I want to remind you about an important event that's coming up June 28th. What the heck's happening to my body? Now, this event is for women post-menopause. This is not about me at all, so I can't relate, but there's other women in the community that may benefit. We're going to be right here, Saturday, June 28th, from 2 to 4 p.m., and we are going to have two presenters, Dr. Maria Ellis and Linda Weiss, and we are going to talk about the physical and mental challenges that women may face during and post-menopause. So it's going to be a really important event. We're going to have some healthy snacks, non-alcoholic drinks, and we'll have a little bit of non-alcoholic drinks and a little bit of social time. In addition, we're going to have a special surprise during this event. Well, it's not really a surprise, but we were given an amazing donation of books from the Friends of Wilton Manor's libraries, and it's an amazing collection of lesbian literature. And so we've got over 200 books that we're going to be giving away, or if you want to donate, as part of that event. So we'll have those books there. And there's some really, really amazing books, and I just want to tell you a little bit about some of these books. From Hell to Breakfast, that sounds like a really good book. Touch Me Gently, Danny, this sounds like a really good book. And the other one, The Sacred Beasts. So, and I'm too, I'm going to bust a myth. Lesbian literature is not just for lesbians. So if you are lesbian curious, Robert Boo, and you are interested in please come to our event. So thank you very much, and I will see you all Saturday. Happy Pride.
Thank you, Diane. We have our active aging specialist, Sean White.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All right, so if you can for me, check your tables in the center. I have some flyers for a couple of exciting events that we have. The first one, June 26th, here at the Pride Center upstairs from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Scam Alert, we're partnering with AARP to do a presentation on what every senior needs to know to prevent scams. Now, I don't have to tell you how prevalent scams are nowadays, whether it's calls, text messages, emails. You're constantly being inundated with attempts by scammers to try to steal your money and your personal information. So it's a very important event. Seating is very, very limited too, and I already see that a few people have registered this morning. So if you are interested in attending this, please go ahead and scan the QR code on the flyer on the table so you can go ahead and secure your spot. If you need help with it, come see me after the program and I'll be able to assist you with that. And then the second event is going to be on the upcoming holiday, July 4th, Red, White, and Rainbow. We have a flyer for that as well. That's going to be here at the Pride Center, but next door at the community room. Now, the Pride Center is closed that day, so if you're interested in coming, you're going to have to go to one of the side entrances, and we'll have signage there to direct you to the right entrance. But it's going to be a very fun event. We're partnering with Wish of a Lifetime, who's going to award one of the residents next door. They're going to essentially grant them a wish, and we're going to do a nice presentation for that. Tickets are just $15 donation, but with that, you're going to get some awesome cookout food, hot dogs, hamburgers, sides, dessert. We're going to have beer and wine, non-alcoholic beverages as well. We're going to do a 50-50 raffle. We're already getting decorations for it. We're going to have music. It's going to be a really fun, awesome celebration here in a welcoming, safe space where you can enjoy the holiday amongst your friends and neighbors. So really excited about that. If you need help with registering for that one as well, come and see me at the end of the program. And other than that, see you next Tuesday, or actually Saturday at Stonewall Pride. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sean. Skya, we're down Squire. Somewhere here.
He is slow moving.
There.
Isn't there a song, Come Walk With Me? Well, speaking of Stonewall Pride, Congregation Eschayim, of which I happen to be the executive vice president, is going to have a booth at Stonewall Pride. And very quickly, Congregation Eschayim is the oldest, basically, not totally, basically though, gay and lesbian Jewish synagogue in the state. But we are very welcoming of everybody, gay, straight, black, white, green, purple. I'm a bummer. I thought this shirt was either red or orange. I guess I proved my point. So anyway, we hope to all see you at Sunwall at the Congregation Eschayim booth. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Miss Hillary.
Hello. Hi. So just like last week, I'm still the daughter of Bruce, thanks God he never had. But you do know I'm Sean's sister from another mister. So last week I mentioned Shabbat, Pride Shabbat at Temple Sinai in Hollywood, but this week I brought the flyers as promised. There is a contact here for you to get a Zoom link to the service if you can't attend. And as I mentioned, if you come on Zoom, the locks are on your doors, but when you come in person, the locks are on your bagel.
That's cute.
Saturday, you can come for services that start at 10:15, okay? And we will be serving lunch, and we're 2 miles south of the Hard Rock, so you can detour over there. And then head over to Stonewall and make a day of it. I do want to share one thing that I saw in services last week that really struck me for pride, and I mean pride with a small p. One of the lines in the prayer said, selfish pride divides us, pride in one another unites us. So I thought that was really great, and I'd love to see you, because that would be really great, this Saturday, Pride Shabbat, Temple Sinai of Hollywood, and flyers over here. Thanks.
Thank you, Hillary. With AARP, we have Betty from the Bronx.
Thank you, that was great. Glad the cameras are on. I have a few things. First of all, I wasn't here last week, and I missed you all, and I heard it was a great, great meeting, and I wanted to wish you all a happy Pride Month. I really, really love you all and want you to think about that. Also, at the Stonewall parade, AARP will be having a booth, and a lot of people, I think they're from Washington or from the state, will be manning it, and one person from AARP. It's not me, it's too much. Too long and too much. Too old, too much, whatever. And but I would appreciate it if you all stepped by, because we would love to have you stop by and receive whatever information. They were also playing a game called Playful, so I guess you win prizes. So try to make that. Other things, well, I can't go to the June 28th thing. I'm way past menopause. That doesn't pertain to me. I can give you questions, but after that, what goes on? And the other, post-menopause, right. FPL rate hikes, you know I'm being a pain about them, but it's so important. They're trying to raise our rates here in South Florida by 12.5%. And they're the only ones that we have. There's a monopoly, and they can raise it all they want. However, they have to hold hearings. So they've held about, I think, 6 or 8 hearings down in our area, and AARP has made a strong presence to let them know that you guys don't want your rates raised, do you? No. So they've been working on that, and we are going to try and put as much pressure on with those postcards I asked you to sign last week, and with calls to your legislators saying you can't allow this to happen. I mean, 2 or 3%, but 12.5% when their shareholders are getting 10%. I mean, it's not. Why do they need more money like that? The other thing, I'm gonna hold this up, the scam alert. Whoever didn't sign up and wants to see me, I will be there. So don't forget, it's on Thursday, June 26th from 6 to 7. Go have dinner, go to the Peter Pan Diner or wherever Spencer's, and then come by us and stop here and come and enjoy us. Have an early bird and then come in and see what Linda has to say. Linda will be our speaker, who's been here before and is fabulous. So I miss you all, and I missed you all last week. I watched the whole thing on Facebook, and I'm sorry I couldn't make it. Big Zoom. Anyway, big news coming to AARP, but not yet. Love you all. See you next week.
Thank you, Ms. Benny. From Sumter, we have Lisa.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I am Lisa from Sunsurf, for those of you who do not know. Just a reminder, this Friday is the Silver Serve Luncheon from 11 to 1. It is not at Hagan Park. It is at the Women's Club, which is behind the tennis courts. So please make a note of that. Do not show up at Hagan Park. They'll put you to work. That's the staging area for the Pride Parade for Saturday. So hopefully we'll see you there. And for those of you who have already registered for the Senior Pride event, put on by Pride Center, Sage, and Sunsurf, it is sold out, and we look forward to seeing those of you who've already signed up. And I will see you on the 14th. Happy Pride.
Thank you, ma'am. We have our glowing special events coordinator.
Good morning and happy Stonewall Pride Week. So, speaking of Stonewall, we are looking for riders and walkers for our floats. So, if you do come and participate with us, we do have one of these flower crowns for you, because it is a glow parade. So, listen up. The parade begins at 8 p.m., but we have to be lined up and ready to go by 7:30. So if you are interested in joining us, please see me after coffee and conversation today, and I will get you signed up. And speaking of glowing, June 27th is our Binglow on Friday night. With lights, lights, lights everywhere. So if you want to come to Binglow, also let me know, and I will get you signed up. Otherwise, happy Pride, and we'll see you there.
Thank you, It's time for our CEO, Mr. Robert.
Hello. Well, good to see you all, and I'm sure that most of Danny's announcements are going to be bleeped out.
Oh boy. They were X-rated today.
But they're fun. Got your attention. Alrighty, so a couple of pieces of news that you can lose. So, this Friday is National Blame Someone Else Day. Unless you're in the current administration, then that's every day. Also, on this Saturday, aside from being Pride, is National Flag Day. Yes. And also the Army's birthday, 250th birthday, or someone else's birthday that we want to talk about. Today in gay history. So, back in 323 BCE, which I definitely was not around, Alexander the Great, he was not only a great soldier, but he was also renowned for his passionate love of his comrade in arms, Hephaestion. Yes, way back when. So this is not a new thing. So this is the part that I love. So take note. So when my time does come, I want this exact same thing. Alexander's body was placed in a gold anthropoid sarcophagus, which was in turn placed in a second gold casket and covered with a purple robe. His coffin was placed together with his armor in a gold carriage, notice the theme here, that had a vaulted roof, And the decoration of the carriage was lavish because, of course, that's how it should be. And so take note, because that's what I want to happen to me. Who's going to take that on? Okay. Thank you. You're all going to come together. So guess whose birthday is today?
My daughter's.
Aside from your daughter, Judy Garland. Yes. So who knows what was Judy's real name?
Francis Gall.
Yes, Francis Gall. Judy Garland, I have to admit, is a much catchier name. And so when did she die?
June of 1969.
June 22nd of 69. So yes, that was a shortly around the same time that we closed on this campus. Not in 69, in 2008.
Very popular number.
Yes, it is. So, a couple of memorable things that occurred on today in history. Ben Franklin tests the first lightning conductor for his infamous kite flying experiment. Anyone else around for that? Besides me. I was holding the kite. 1935, Dr. Smith took his last drink and created Alcoholics Anonymous.
Oh, Bill.
1935. And in 1963, which I was around, but I don't remember this specifically, signs the Equal Pay Act. And so, how's that going, ladies? So, a couple of current events just to keep you informed of what's going on. So, there is I've talked about this before, that there is a new strain of COVID that is coming through. It is much more transmittable, and some of the symptoms that they're reporting over in China is razor blade throat, meaning your throat gets really sore. So, and just in time, RFK Jr. just fired all of the panelists that were on the vaccine panel to coach advisory panel. Thank you for helping me out there. Advisory panel on vaccines. So just in time for the latest strain of COVID to come through. Sounds smart. Yes, measles in Texas. So this is Pride Month, and so this is when the municipalities in Broward County have the opportunity to recognize Pride Month. Now, a number of the municipalities have reached out, and we've accepted their proclamations. So I've got one from City of Fort Lauderdale. Christopher and I had to divide and conquer because I went out to Coral Springs last week, and he went to Oakland Park City Commission. And as I told the city commissioners, especially this time this year, they could very easily just very quietly not recognize Pride and just kind of go on with business as usual. But they didn't. They are to be commended because they stood up. They're on the right side of history. They're recognizing our community. We aren't asking for special rights. We're just wanting equal rights. And as I told the city commission at Coral Springs last week, I hope, my dream in my lifetime is that we don't even have to have a Pride Month, because everything is equal, everyone is on the same board, and we are recognized just as human beings. So my biological clock is ticking, so I kind of hope this happens sooner than later, but that is my dream. So thank you all, everyone. See you this Saturday at the Stonewall Street Festival. We will be unveiling the theme on our float for Wicked Manners, which is October 31st this year. So some of us are going to be in costume. Some of us might be there in costume. So I hope we can see you out in the parade route and come visit our staff and all of the organizations at their booths at the market. Thank you so kindly.
Thank you, Robert. Our sponsor today has been with us at Coffee and Conversation and with Expo for at least a decade. We so appreciate your support. Miss Julie Biderman with ABC Health.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
What an honor it is to be here during Pride Month. When Bruce and I were selecting dates, I was happy to be here for this. So, always happy to speak here, especially during Pride Month. For those that don't know me, my name is Julie Biederman. I am with ABC Health Coverage. I am a licensed independent health agent that specializes in Medicare. So, what is that? That means I don't work for any insurance company. I represent several, I think that's my mom. Tell her I'm busy. I represent multiple plans, and at the end of the day, I work for my clients. I don't work for the insurance company. When I meet with people, it's about what matters to them. What is their pain point when it comes to their health care, especially as we are aging. For those that are 65 and over, making the choice to go into Medicare is very overwhelming because there are many commercials on TV, there are friends, there are neighbors, there's mailers, and those that are turning 65 are literally inundated with paperwork and calls. This doesn't end when you make your selection at 65. This continues because every open enrollment, you're going to receive the exact same calls and all the same paperwork, and how do we navigate through that? Hopefully I could be of assistance to as many of you that would reach out. I remain a resource for the Pride Center for people that have questions around Medicare. How does it work? Where does it fall short? What's the best option for me? What are all the differences? What's the difference between a Medicare Advantage plan and original Medicare? There's so many differences. And when I meet with somebody, I review all of that, because an educated consumer makes a decision that makes them comfortable. Because so many people, when I speak to them, A, they don't know what they have. B, even if they know what they have no idea how it works. They don't know what the restrictions are. And sadly, most people only understand the restrictions to the plan that they've chosen once they, God forbid, get an illness, and then try to look for care, and then realize that they can't access the care that they really would like to have. So these are conversations we all want to have. We are not currently in an enrollment period, so this is purely informational, except if you know anybody that's turning 65 or that's retiring and losing their group health benefit, then of course I would be happy to sit with them and go through all the different options. Because this is not about what's good for me or the insurance company. This should be what's good for you, your lifestyle. Do you travel? If you do, will your plan travel with you? Is it a 2-week travel, or is this a 2 to 3 month travel? These are all really important questions that if you haven't grappled with, it's really important once open enrollment does roll around to consider, because you do not want to be stuck in a place where you don't have access to care. And you don't want to be seeking care where you're not going to be able to get it. So I'm your resource. I am your person. Back in the day, before I was doing this, I managed a group health practice. So I was able to see people in real time coming into the practice that had no idea how their plan worked, would sit in the middle of our office, very confused, crying. They didn't know why they needed a referral, What is a referral? Why do I need this piece of paper to see a doctor? That led me to believe that there were not many people that do what I do, that take the time to explain things to people. I ended up in that position where I was not a health agent, I was simply managing a medical practice. I ended up sitting with all of those people in my office, calling the insurance company, getting a summary of their benefits, and then I would sit there and explain their plan to them. That should be done. When you sign up for a plan, you should know exactly what your benefits are. All of them, the good part and the not so good part. If someone isn't sharing both sides of a plan with you, you're not getting the full picture. And you don't want to get the full picture when it's too late. So, again, we are not in an enrollment period now, again, unless you are turning 65 or retiring. But I'm always happy to answer questions. Bruce knows to give out my phone number. If you don't take a card and have it on you, for any time during the year, even if you are not my client, please feel free to call me, text me, ask me questions. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to work for you. And thank you so much for having me for almost 10 years.
Quick reminder, Julie will be here for questions later, and Michael should be back in the back room there. I am. Please come up.
So the total is 224. So what are you getting?
112.
And by the way, I only have the 112 here, so look how smart I am, Before I call out the number, I was going to remind all of you to turn your phone back up. It seems like a lot of you forgot to turn it off. So yes, I'm calling you out because, that's Robert, Bruce always tells you to do that. So I forget too, so.
Blanca don't play.
That's right. I don't. All right, so here we go. For $112, 1097. All right. 0752. 0752.
While everybody's looking, please clean up your mess as you leave.
Don? All right. Well done.
Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Blanca. We will see you next Wednesday.